अच्छा, हम डे की क्लोजिंग की तरफ जाएंगे, बट बिफोर वी डू दैट मैं ये एक पास अराउंड करूंगी। जब म्यूजिक स्टॉप होगा, जिसके पास म्यूजिक स्टॉप होगा उसने एक पर्ची निकालनी है और उस पर जो सवाल होगा उसका जवाब हम देने की कोशिश करेंगे। कोर्स से रिलेटेड सवाल नहीं है, एक जनरल सा आइस ब्रेकर है, ठीक है? सो Esther, they are asking if they'll receive a chocolate in based on their responses. It depends. I'm not going to promise anything. Oh.
Okay. What's your name and one interesting fact about yourself? Um, my name is Dr. Mehvesh Adil, and interesting fact about is like I'm a doctor and also I'm an artist as well. I do painting on canvas using acrylic paints, so that's an interesting fact about me. Thank you.
Music started. अच्छा, जब आपने क्वेश्चन रीड आउट करना है तो माइक में प्लीज, ताकि आवाज आ जाए। सही नहीं ऑन हुआ। चलें बस, माइक ही नहीं
Okay,
चल रहा।
that's fine. What's trend or technology you are excited about? What's trend or technology you are excited about?
What trend? I think they meant to say trend or technology.
What type of trend?
Could be TikTok, could be Chat GPT.
Yeah,
The
I'm excited about smart home technology, which is very few things happening in Pakistan, but internationally it's the next level. So I'm very much excited about that when it would be common in Pakistan, because I've seen these smart home technologies back in 2008 in Korea, the Samsung one, LG and Samsung technologies. So I'm excited about that when it would be common in Pakistan. Thank you very much.
थैंक यू। चलें अब फिर से हम 2 और राउंड्स कर लेते हैं। नहीं नहीं, आप आके इधर। बंद हो गया। अच्छा, आमना मैम ने अभी उसको पिक किया नहीं था, तो ये डॉक्टर साहब आपका होगा। और आपने माइक में प्लीज बोलना है, ठीक है? माइक को ऑन कर लें। वो आपके उस तरफ। जी।
what's the most interesting project you have ever worked on? Should I tell the details or just the project?
Just the project.
We made an ads for Philips Energy Saver during our university course.
Very good. So next round. थोड़ा सा shuffle करके बेशक next participant निकालें ताकि कोई interesting. बस बात. वही कह रही हूँ बड़ा recent आपका एक experience.
What is the challenge you have overcome and how did you do it? Very interesting. I have recently overcome a challenge because we have miscommunicated about the TADA and we communicated with a very kind-hearted professional Dr. Easter, and we are very glad and thankful to her who has conveyed the message to higher management and get it resolved. We are very grateful, and I think this challenge was overcome due to good communication skills of Dr. Easter.
Maybe we can also emphasize, good communication skills on both sides. Let's have a next round. एक माइक को ऑन कर लेना जब आप आंसर देने के लिए तैयार हो.
ये क्वेश्चन ये है, व्हाट्स अ लेसन यू आर लर्नड रिसेंटली?
आप अगर लेसन अगर शेयर करना चाहें तो आउटसाइड ऑफ दैट होल थिंग आप अपने कोर्स से भी रिलेटेड जो अगर कोई लर्निंग हुई है तो वो भी शेयर कर सकते हैं.
I learned the lesson recently that the communication and knowledge about the policy before sharing with anyone should be clear and deliberately decided.
Great. So let's move on to this final session now. I think this was we had 5 rounds. I think that's good enough. हमने आज टाइम से भी खत्म करना है, so I'll just ask Esther to have one final brief session on search strategies.
Yes, so I guess everybody is very excited about this final session. So I will try my best to keep it short. What I wanted to leave you with is some further ideas if you're looking for information of where you can possibly find it. Yeah, so this is a set of websites and tools that hopefully will stay with you. And, when you're interested in getting more information, then this is what you will find. Don't worry, there's no need to really read all the details. But for this course, we've created a literature bank, a research bank. So a couple of studies on Pakistan, on social protection in Pakistan. So this is available. It's also thematically organized, so you can use it. And also, of course, all the other documents that we have provided as part of the course. So if you go back and if you're looking for further information on a particular topic, we hope that this is going to be useful. Have you visited socialprotection.org? I see some people nodding. It's a super, super useful website. I mean, you find all kinds of studies also that are publicly available, because of course, sometimes with some of the academic studies, they are not available or in the public domain, but there are many studies. You can also search by topic, by country, etc. So I definitely recommend this website. And it's not only about documents, but you can also find communities of practice where you can exchange ideas with others. There are also further e-learning courses if after tomorrow you feel, wow, an hour on adaptive social protection is definitely not enough, you know, I want to learn more, there are courses on socialprotection.org free of charge. And so tons of webinars and podcasts, etc. So I would definitely recommend, if you have a particular topic, want to get more information, it's the one page that everybody turns to first, at least sort of internationally. Also, well, that looks a bit odd, but I just wanted to tell you, it's also something I can recommend in terms of Google Scholar. I'm sure we have also other academics. Many of you have already completed a master's degree, etc. Maybe also done research ahead of time. But what I always find useful about Google Scholar is that if you've identified an interesting study, that you can do this backward and forward search. See some people nodding, so you know what it is. Maybe not everyone, so I'll explain it. So if you have a study that you find interesting, you can see, so unfortunately the circle is a bit off, which other studies have cited the study. Yeah, so if you have a study from 2016 and you want to know, is there any, let's say, more recent information out there, you can actually look who else has cited the study, and that's usually sort of a good way of finding further information. And also you can look at the sources that were cited in the study as well. So if you have a recent study, then you can also, this is how you easily find further information. Yeah, what I usually personally find quite good. And also, I mean, Google Scholar allows you to also arrange it by date. We heard more about systematic reviews and evidence gap maps earlier. So I leave this website with you. You can find systematic reviews, evidence, and gap maps. They're on different topics, so you can click on it and you have the link. So Campbell Collaboration is quite well known for the systematic literature reviews. And I can only advertise one more time for systematic literature reviews. Personally, I find it really super useful, in particular if the evidence, like in social protection, is sometimes quite overwhelming. Thousands of studies on one topic. And so the systematic literature reviews really give you a nice summary of the evidence in some of the outcome areas. Impact evaluations, again, I will not go over it in detail. 3IE is something that you already heard about earlier this morning. And then there is the Abdul Latif Jamil Poverty Action Lab. Maybe some of you have heard of it. Some of, or a good number of the studies are all publicly available. Also the same for, there's the Development Impact Evaluation Center of the World Bank. So they also produce quite a number of studies that are publicly available and rigorously evaluated. Then, if you don't want to be proactive and search, but if you want to stay informed, then there are also different newsletters that you can subscribe to. Personally, I find the one by Ugo Gentilini, those are weekly social protection links, quite helpful. So every week on Fridays, you get an email with like the latest research, but sometimes also seminars, blogs. So it's not only about academic literature, you know, any type of information relevant to social protection worldwide. It can sometimes be a bit technical, but he summarizes also, you get sort of the gist of the studies through his email. So it's not just a matter that you get a couple of links, but he summarizes, you know, sort of the latest findings, study XYZ, shed light on this and that. Here's a surprising finding, impact on XYZ, you know, which we've not seen before. So you also get a bit of the context. And I find, I don't manage to read it every week, I have to admit, but for me, this is always a great source also to be informed, stay informed about the latest evidence, whatever is happening in social protection, the conferences, etc. And there's also a website. So, I mean, sometimes I try to actually, again, search for certain terms. It doesn't work so well with this website, but yeah, it's a great source to stay informed. Another very recent initiative is also from socialprotection.org. It's called Social Protection Digest. It comes every 3 months. So you can also subscribe to it. Again, you get a letter, you know, that summarizes also some of the key studies. The way I can tell, I mean, it's only been one till now that has been published. So it's, I think, not as technical, let's say, as the Ugo Gentilini newsletter, yeah? And also gives you a bit more information about the studies. And then there is another, I mean, the third source here, STAR, is actually an initiative. I mean, used to be UK8 or FCDO now. So it's an advisory facility, in particular on issues of gender, also adaptive social protection or shock responsive social protection. And so they've also compiled sort of an evidence digest that also comes out every 3 months. So again, also if you want to stay up to date, I think the first, I mean, Ugo Gentilini and Social Protection Digest, you can subscribe. I've not seen that actually for the STAR Evidence Digest, but you can find it very easily on the web, and it's also on socialprotection.org. That's it. So it was really brief. Yeah, so with this, I hope you can relax. You can forget about all the concerns. And I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah,
Alright.
and tomorrow we should start at 9 a.m. sharp again, जिस तरह आज हमने 9 बजे start किया था. आप में से जो लोग इधर stay कर रहे हैं, if you want तो हमारा OPM का ही एक और project है DARE, which is on research on education. वो कोहिनूर hall में अभी चल रहा है, it's almost ending. So if you want to go and maybe look into, आज हमने काफ़ी research और methods के ऊपर वैसे भी discussion किए, if you're interested, तो उधर भी आप ज़रूर visit करें. मैं खुद भी अभी ही उधर जा रही हूँ, so that's an open invitation. But कल हम इधर 9 o'clock start करेंगे.